Hey there, Brenna Baucum, Collective Wealth Planning. Today, I'm going to walk you through the various pension options that you have available to you as an Oregon PERS employee. There are 7 choices that you have available as a Tier 1, Tier 2 Oregon PERS member, and 5 choices if you are OPSRP. We're going to cover both during today's video, and I'll also speak to the service purchases that are available, and the lump sum options. So let's get started. There are 2 ways that you can get the information we're going to go over today specific to you. What we're looking at right now is page 3 from the formal benefit estimate that is available to those of you who are 24 months or less from retirement. These are available by request from PERS. You just fill out a piece of paper and they will send it to you. The second way to get this information is to go onto the PERS website and get an informal benefit estimate. So either way, you can go on there, grab your pension options, and we can walk through these side by side. I encourage you to pause this video and do that if you don't already have something that looks like this in front of you. One quick thing I will mention about the differences between a formal and an informal pension benefit estimate is that I never recommend someone make their retirement choices on an informal estimate. Always make sure that you are requesting a formal benefit estimate from PERS. That's really the first time that they go into your file, dust it off, ensure that the payments that are used to calculate your benefit are accurate. So please make sure that you are using a formal benefit estimate once you get to real retirement planning. However, those informal benefit estimates can be a good back of the napkin estimate if you are further out than 2 years from your retirement eligibility date. All right, so let's break down these different options. These, as I mentioned at the start, 7 of these are available. All 7 that I'm going to go over today are available to Tier 1, Tier 2 members. If you are an OPSRP member, you will not have a refund annuity or a 15-year certain show up on your benefit estimate. That is expected. So you can tune out when I'm talking about that or fast forward if you are OPSRP. Let's start with single life, option 1. This is probably the most straightforward, the easiest benefit to understand. You receive a pension for your lifetime, and when you die, so does your pension. It goes away. And so this is a good fit if you are single, if you are in partnership or you're married to someone else who has reliable forms of a lifetime income stream. So that's part of what makes pensions so sought after, is that they are coming to you regardless of what's happening in the stock market. And so if your partner is also maybe a PERS employee or a CalPERS or a FERS and has healthy lifetime benefits, that could be one potential argument for choosing the single life option. If you are quite a bit younger than your partner, that could be another choice. If you think that there is very little chance that your partner will outlive you, the single life option could be good. And if you're just looking to maximize the amount you get from PERS, single life would be the way to do it. It is the highest benefit amount available. Next up is the refund annuity. So this is a benefit that is paid for your life. The beneficiary that you assign to this account will receive a lump sum of the amount of what that balance is if you pass away before receiving that full benefit amount. So typically I see 10 years be about the break even for what is in that lump sum versus what is paid out over time. So if you have some concern around your longevity and concern that you might not live longer than 10 years, this could be an option. Again, this like as it says here, retiring later in life might be a reason to do that. If you're retiring at 75 or 80, this could be something to consider. This is also a good option if you want to leave a benefit to someone other than a spouse. Say you're single and you're retiring at 75 and you don't have any children and you want to leave it to the food share. You can name in this situation with the refund annuity and with the 15-year certain, you can name an organization as a beneficiary. You can also name your children if you have children. The 15-year certain, so in this one, you receive your benefit for life. If you die before receiving 15 years worth of those benefits, the beneficiary you have named will receive the remaining payouts. And then at year 15, those payouts will stop. So some similarities here to the refund annuity. If you have some concerns around longevity, if you want to leave this benefit to somebody other than a spouse, that might be something to consider. Page 2 here is all about survivorship options. So these are things to consider if you are in partnership, if you're married. So option 2 is 100% survivor benefit. So you're going to receive this amount for the rest of your life. And if you are to pass away, your partner will receive that same amount for the rest of their lives. So if you want to shore up any kind of retirement income, this is a good way to do it for you and your spouse. Option 2A, same idea as option 2, but if your spouse passes away before you do, you have the choice to step up to option 1, that highest benefit single life amount. So anytime PERS is on the hook for paying out longer, the benefit amount they're promising will be lower. And that is the case here with option 2A. They're promising not only to pay for your whole life, but also potentially for your spouse's whole life. So that's a lower monthly benefit amount. Making sure that you're comfortable with that is important. If you're younger than your spouse, this could be something to think through as a consideration. Option 3, so similar to option 2, except for rather than your surviving spouse getting 100% of your benefit, they get half of your benefit upon your passing. 3A, same deal here with 2A, where you receive your benefit. If your partner predeceases you, you have the option to step up to that single life amount at that time. So some of the similar pros and cons here between the two and the 3 options. The last page here, I talk through lump sum settlement to some extent. So as I say here, I have yet to come across a client who this makes sense for, a lump sum. We talked earlier about the benefits of having long-term, reliable lifetime income. That's quite attractive. And lump sum benefits takes that away. So there's not only that, there's some tax implications. You remove any choices around those survivorship benefits that you had. That said, I am sure there is a time and a place for a lump sum option to be appropriate. So if you had, say, a terminal illness, or if there were some other really extenuating circumstance that would make sense for this, I'm sure that's why this exists. But do take care when you are making a choice around your pension, whatever the choice is, but particularly with this lump sum. I have come across a couple of clients who were told by a dubious financial advisor that they should take the lump sum settlement option and invest that amount with that advisor. So anytime, if anything like that ever comes across your radar, your spidey sense should go up and you should be concerned about what you're being advised to do. The last piece here is around service purchase options. And the most common of those is waiting time. This is most tier 1, tier 2 employees have this available to them. And it's an opportunity for you to buy back the first 6 or 8 months of your benefit when you were ineligible to start contributing to and being a part of PERS. So I'll show you on the other benefit estimate that we looked at here, you see 2 columns. This with purchase column shows you how much more your benefit would be if you bought that service purchase time back. And if you're wondering, well, what does that mean? How much does that cost? You can look at the last couple pages of your benefit estimate, and it will show you exactly what that costs and the increase to the pension amount. For the most part, I have seen this take maybe 3 years to break even between how much it cost to buy this service purchase waiting time and how long it takes to recoup that in benefits. 3 years is an awfully short amount of time. If you're retiring in your mid-60s, you're going to be collecting this PERS pension benefit for a lot longer than 3 years. So in many cases, this has been quite a good decision for a lot of my client families. But I would be remiss if I did not say, of course, the decision you make is going to be very dependent on your unique circumstances. Now, there are other types of service purchases available too. If you are eligible for any of those, they will be in this letter at the end of your formal PERS benefit estimate. So as you can tell, there are a lot of decisions to make just around the pension piece of your PERS benefit. Today, we're focused on that and going through your choices. I haven't touched on your individual account program and what you might do with that IAP account in retirement. I haven't touched on your Oregon Savings Growth Plan, if you have one through Voya as a 457B. I haven't talked about other retirement plans that you may have access to or available to you from former employers. We haven't talked about Social Security. When we're thinking about retirement income planning, there are all of these bits and pieces to plan around and plan for. And if you're in partnership with another person, you can just multiply that complexity by 2. So if you're looking for a thought partner to help you put all the pieces of this puzzle together and make sense of it, I welcome the conversation. Thanks for watching.